here. So today I'm coming back with another time-lapse video on Procreate on my iPad, on the iPad Pro. This time I'm drawing Spinel. Yes, the Steven Universe movie has kind of infected me with everything that it has going on. And Spinel is an amazing character that I really liked and I'm obsessed with, kind of like the rest of the internet. And let's go ahead to the time-lapse and I can show you what I did. So step one was posting my little doll that I have as my model, and then once I had a cool dynamic pose, such as the one that you're seeing right now, I used a distortion transformation on it, so I could get a more, maybe more dynamic pose and get a really cool foreshortening aspect. Foreshortening is very challenging for me, so I decided to go ahead and do this in a foreshortening pose because the character is very elastic, and part of her whole thing is that she can stretch and squash. So because of that, I went ahead and wanted to use foreshortening for this drawing. So once I had the pose, I went ahead and started filling with the details. You see, I changed the shoulder pads. I did it more like metallic, and I went ahead with on the boots. I also added a little bit more spiky on the knees part. And then I started with the inking. Spinel, I love her as a character in the movie just because she's so relatable. If you've ever been betrayed by a friend or left behind by someone or anything like that, it's something very human about it, and it's very basic. Like just about everyone has gone through this at some point, and to different levels, obviously. But because of that, I was just very enamored with the character. She was angry and she was toxic and she wanted revenge, and then Steven had to talk her out of that frame of reference. So as you can see here, I'm working on the lines that she has underneath her cheekbones, and later on the movie you realize those are actual tears, and they just kind of marked her face because of the pain of what she went through, her abandonment by Pink Diamond. It kind of marked and shaped her body forever. And here I'm doing a really cool pose. I based this on the movie when she's spinning the scythe. There's a little, it forms almost like a ring, and it touches on either side. So that's kind of what I was going for here with the weapon. And it also kind of reminds me of Soul Eater Maka with her soul, her energy scythe. And here I'm doing the shading. With this, I use on a grayscale. I add all my values, my tones, my highlights, and then after that I use a flat color on a separate layer on top of it, and I use you can do either multiply or overlay as in a type of layer, and it will just add the color will take on the values that are underneath. The only thing is that sometimes if you're too light, or if you use white all the way, you'll get white, so you lose color in that area. And if you go too dark, then you'll just get black or gray, and it kind of looks ugly when you get the overlay over the very dark gray areas, because you get like a gray tint. So to go over this, to not get that gray tint, what I did was that I used 2 layers on overlay mode, and that gave me the bright coloring that you're going to see in a bit when it gets to the coloring bit. But for now, I'm just adding values on the cloth, on the pants. I think I'm doing the jewel right now. The jewel was a little fun to draw, both on the weapon and on her actual Spinel crystal. But what I like the most about this piece, honestly, is I think is the shading that I did in the hands is what I like the most, and also the expression on the face, and just the whole dynamic pose. And I think I'm going to be using this method a lot now from now on, because I have been very intimidated by foreshortening, even though I already finished college as an animator. You still, have some shortcomings, and you have to face them. And that's kind of what I did with this piece. So I'm almost done with the shading here. I think I'm just adding highlights now all around it, as you can see around the gloves, and then on the palm, the hand now. The Steven Universe movie, it really did a number on me. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I wish that they would have given some characters more time than others. Like I didn't think Sadie needed to have a whole song for her, and they should have given more time to Lapis, for example. That's just me being a fanboy, and it doesn't matter. The movie had some really good points to make about abandonment and people who had gone through trauma, how it's harder for them to trust on people again, and it's just it just got surprisingly deep for a silly kids show. And that's kind of the thing with Steven Universe, is silly but then at times surprisingly insightful, and that's what's keeping me going back to the series. I really hope we get a new season, but we'll see. If it ends here, I'm happy with how it ended. At least it didn't end on a cliffhanger. So if it ends, I'm really happy, and I'm happy that we got this movie with a really cool character like Spinel, and the really cool fight scenes and the animation on Spinel when she fights Steven, and in the songs mostly. It's just very fluid and just amazing, and I'm just very impressed. Here I'm working on the hair, trying to get more like highlights, more like so it looks like hair when it's shaded. And I'm about to jump to the coloring soon. And as you can see behind my drawing, there's a reference to Spinel that I have just to know what I'm deforming, Here I'm going over the different types of look for the energy inside the blade, and I'm finally on the coloring. And for the coloring, I just basically pick the colors from the actual character, and then I just we saw the overlay flicker there. That's because I use one layer for the overlay and then another layer again, so I get the colors that I wanted. So this is it. This is the Spinel finished. So that's it for this video. This drawing took me about like 4 hours or so, give or take. I had a lot of fun doing it, experimenting with foreshortening. So let me know if you like to draw foreshortening, any tips you might have. Although I should be the one giving tips, I guess. So anyways, continue to draw. See you guys later. And if you want this on t-shirts, the links are below. Follow, subscribe, like, share. Bye.